Welcome back to Beyond the Film podcast. I am your host, Meadow, and our other host,
Rose.
Yeah. Today, we are going to be talking about Thor.
Yeah.
Okay, very first Thor that
Yeah.
has come out.
We were wrong last episode.
We were like, oh, it's probably going to be Captain America.
No.
It was Thor. I literally was texting her. I was like, right, red, white, and blue. I was like, wait, no. Gray and red. So Thor is directed by Kenneth Branagh.
Okay, I was wondering if it was a man or a girl.
I do believe this is a man. Yes, this is a man because I looked him up. I wanted to look to see if he had any kind of relationship with Norse mythology because Thor is a Norse god, okay? And I kind of question some things that they have going on since this is Norse mythology. And then of course we have Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Natalie Portman as Jane Foster, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, and Anthony Hopkins as Odin, our one and only. Okay, so jumping before I even turned the movie on, I just was thinking about Thor, it's the movie's placement in the MCU and like the movies that had come out so far, and I'm just like, red is a common theme.
Yeah, I was literally just gonna say that.
And so I'm just thinking, like, I wonder what that is about. And then also with like the two people that they start off with, these very arrogant characters, and how the main point of their like individual movie is to teach them, like kind of remove them from their arrogance and just kind of have them questioning like, what does it really mean to have this much power and like be responsible for it and like influence so many people's lives.
Yeah. Yeah, I did write down, I feel like in the Iron Man movies, we're focused on like ego and like arrogance. And I feel like with Thor, it's more like his pride that gets in the way.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of arrogance as well. But like
little?
in the beginning, like the first word that came to mind was like his pride.
Yes.
It's a huge thing.
That's a really, really good point because Tony, I feel like there is a really big difference between pride and ego. And I think that is beautiful that you bring that up because I see that difference in between the two of them. Not even like I'm trying to think of the difference in definition between the words, and like I can't bring up an example, but I definitely do understand and feel that like Tony is more ego driven while Odin's son Thor is more like pride driven.
Yeah,
like
I feel like it goes because they're also similar in like their daddy issues. Because Tony has like absent father daddy issues, and Thor has like no, I'm trying to make you proud.
Yes, approval
daddy issues, which I feel like helps separate like the ego from the pride.
That is a very, very good point. Okay, so the movie starts off with Jane and the crew in Puente Antiguo.
Period. Spanish?
New Mexico. And that translates to Ancient Bridge. So I thought that was really cool. Very intentional. Yes. I was like, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Like, that is so cool. And so I have a question for Marvel, though. Because...
Drove straight to camera.
Marvel. Okay. I don't know if this is the right word or right phrase to use, but how much like copyright freedom do you have when it comes to these stories? Like that is what I'm curious about, because in the movie here, after Thor touches down and he sees the crew, well, they see him, they hit him, and they flash back to the battle in beginning, and Odin loses an eye in battle, but in Norse mythology, he gives up his eye to like have eternal knowledge of all of the realms.
Did you look this up?
I took Norse mythology class. Well, not Norse mythology, but like myth and folklore class.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And so we learned about Greek mythology and Norse mythology.
Yep, didn't take that class.
That's all right. And so I am curious when it comes to Loki, our character Loki here. I wanted to get into him because one of the next scene that comes up, it's Thor and Odin. They're arguing. Okay, and Loki, he's just sitting there, kind of like instigating with his eyes silently. And so I'm curious as to the amount of like trickery that he is known for at this point.
Yeah, same. I understand, yes, Loki being like them seeing Loki mischievous for what we've seen already in the movie, but like his friends, Thor's friends, opinions of Loki were based off of past actions that they don't entirely bring up in the movie. So like, do they just assume the audience knows that he's supposed to be like this mischievous guy, or what?
Because you can take that scene two ways. There are it's the one side where like you've watched all the movies and like you know Loki, or say like you read the comics and you know Loki like that. It's like you can tell that he is kind of like instigating with his eyes because he set the whole thing up. He is the one who called the frost giants there. He's the one who opened the gate and like got this whole thing going.
Kill my daddy, but I'm gonna kill you.
Surprise.
When I saw that, I was like, this guy's smart.
I was like, oh, he is playing.
Yeah, he's playing the part. Mike's not working this episode.
Oh my goodness. And he is definitely playing his role as the trickster.
I will say, sorry. Okay. I feel like from a person who's seeing it for the first time, obviously the goal is to see Loki as like this innocent, like younger sibling. And when I saw the first scene, like I didn't see his eyes as instigating. I saw it as like the quiet younger sibling watching your older sibling get in trouble.
That is exactly what I was thinking. Okay, that's exactly what I was going to mention, though. I was going to mention the fact that like you can either see one of those two ways. Either one, this mischievous person who's instigating, or two, this wide-eyed little brother who is watching his freaking older sibling get in trouble. Okay, so see, now I gotta ask if you want to say something. Oh, gracious. But yes, I was saying that it was like Marvel was trying to make it seem like this is Loki's first trick. Okay, like this is the first time he has done anything like this before. Like, oh my goodness. Because when the team goes to approach Heimdall, they're like, we're trying to go to what's his face. Well, Loki was trying to play it off at first. And so Heimdall was like, you think you can fool me? And then Loki was looking like, I thought I could. I'm like, oh. And the whole time, he wasn't even talking about the fact that he let them in. He was talking about like, oh, you're trying to trick me about blah, blah, blah. But he may have had a suspicion, and he like probably saw it in his eyes and was like, now I'm extra suspicious of you. But yeah, they're trying to make it seem like he didn't really know what he was doing. Like this was his first rodeo. But then as the movie progresses, you see a switch. Like he's very confident in his trickery. And like, I want you to go.
I will say also though, the switch also occurred after Loki like confirmed that he was adopted. You know, like you could definitely tell that he's had like this, I feel like I don't belong, like he's the only black haired person in the family. Like obviously he had this feeling like he doesn't belong, and then he just got it confirmed, and so like all of his own daddy issues came to the surface, and then his dad passed out on the floor in front of him, his adopted dad, you know, like he's found out he's adopted, his real father don't want him, his adopted father lied to him, he's just some prize. He was twisting Odin's words too. That scene was a lot. Yeah.
Literally. Like, it's crazy because I mentioned that. I mentioned how he kind of starts to spiral, and you can see it in his eyes, and like you can hear the pain in his voice when they're fighting at the end. There, he's just like, "Fight me! Like, come on! Like, I never wanted to have the throne. Like, I just wanted to be your equal, and like, you just had to shine. You had to get Dad's approval." That's kind of messed up on Odin for pitting them against each other so much, knowing that Loki is adopted as well. And so to just sit there and kind of pin them against each other, and you're kind of creating this negative environment between the two of them already.
Yeah, like knowing your son feels outcast and feels different, like knowing he feels like something's missing and you're not giving him like the extra affirmation. Yeah, affirmation that he needs. Like, you act like he's your son, but like you're not there yet, which is also like just proof that no one's a perfect parent. Like,
very true. Even if you know all, it's okay. I'm gonna just use the camera audio too so that we can like both actually talk. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with us through our technical difficulties. We're only getting bigger and better from here. Love you guys.
But yeah, like that's a example of real life too. Like, there's no such thing as a perfect parent, and I feel like no child comes out of their childhood without some form of trauma. Like, as hard as you try, like life isn't that easy, and it's not like that picture perfect test.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, girl. But yeah, I am just taken aback by that. And like, to round out our conversation about Loki, in the end, when he dies, like, quote unquote, that's what I want to mention. Why do they think that he dies? Because like he just falls into a wormhole, like they're gods. So
he's not.
He's a frost giant.
Exactly.
That's
not a god.
He can handle the cold of space, Lord.
But like, they can't breathe in space. Thor can't breathe in space.
Says who?
Says any movie that he's not been out in space. Only person that's ever flying through space is Captain Marvel.
We don't see him flying through space, maybe because he can't fly through space because there's no lightning.
But you know what I mean. Like, the only person in space without like some sort of suit or helmet is Captain Marvel.
Right. But like, that's what I'm saying. We don't see him in space in general. So like, how do we know?
I think we should just the point is to assume that he's dead.
That is the point, because they have the violins going, very strong music.
That funeral was horrible, by the way. Y'all out here feasting and celebrating.
But see, I think that was more of like, yay, victory, we're not in war, Thor
so
is
where's
back.
The funeral then?
Exactly. They didn't care. Because like when baby girl comes over to like chase after Thor, Sid, she's like, oh,
still mourning.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Frigga. Sorry, girl. Like,
so does he still like that human girl?
Yeah, he be missing her. Right. Right, got you. Moving on to the next sibling, though. Okay, this is a spoiler, guys. Frigga, she is so shady. When at Thor's like christening, his crowning, Frigga, his mama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
Her name Frigga. I thought her name was Freya for the longest time.
I didn't know her name. Her name was Mom. Thor's mother.
Mama son. Okay, but no, like Odin's talking about, oh, Thor, my firstborn. She gave him a side eye so hard. I'm like, girl, you are so shady.
I didn't even notice that.
Like, she was like, Okay, right. Your firstborn.
Okay. Yeah, spoiler for Thor 2, right? Or is it 3?
That's 3.
Oh, that's a huge jump.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Is she her daughter too? Because she has black hair too.
I know, right? That's why I'm just like, Loki fits more with like.
And she
the
points
aesthetic.
that out too, I think, in the movie.
I don't know, but I would guess that that's her mama.
The mythology, you should know. Well, mythology, doesn't she like date Odin? Like, isn't she not the son? Or is she like, she is something different?
Yeah, in mythology, she's Loki's daughter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she's like guardian of the underworld or something. Yeah, her role is completely different than the role that she played in Ragnarok. Ragnarok is actually a part of mythology, which I think is really cool.
That's a great movie.
It is a great movie. It's so excited to get there. I was very excited to be transitioning from Iron Man to a new character.
Why?
It was too much Iron Man. Just so much
She
Iron
hates
Man.
Iron Man.
No.
You heard it here first. It's on camera. Digital proof. Your favorite character, my butt.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm not pouring water from my water bottle into my cup.
Mind your business.
The heck?
Just kidding. Now, moving on to our chunk of.
I didn't spill it.
Unlike me.
Unlike you.
Good thing the laptop wasn't by me.
Yeah, that would have been real bad.
Tragic.
I feel like maybe we should move this.
Maybe.
Just a teensy bit.
Okay, so moving on to our time spent.
We live in New Mexico?
Yes. Okay.
Surprise!
In the Old Bridge. Old Bridge Town. So, first thing, like, not only is the town called Ancient Bridge in Spanish, but it also has signage up like, welcome home to the Vikings. And Thor is like, he's a Viking god.
So many details that I missed.
I feel like these are things that you would notice being like knowing about the
mythology.
And like, I feel like it was gonna be something important when they put the name of the city like on the screen. I was like, but this feels important. Like, why is it this particular random town in New Mexico?
That makes sense, because usually it's like Los Angeles or San Diego,
New Mexico.
City.
I mean,
New York City.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
It's always New York City. Half of the Marvel crew are in New York.
New York.
But they don't be fighting together. They just ignore each other's fights and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. So, Thor has crash landed. Okay, he's in the hospital. He gets out. He's chilling with Jane. What you got to say about him?
First, I first wrote it down. I was like, how come this landing was so more dramatic than every other one in the movie? But it's because Odin was mad. So I kind of answered my own question. But like with this landing, it was a storm. Like, he landed and Mjolnir landed with the storm. Like, every other time they opened the gate, it was very like nonchalant, more like a lightning strike instead.
So there were clouds around each one, but I feel like these people, like for each of the other ones, that they were like standing up. Okay, they were ready to like take on the force of the Bifrost to be sat down. However, for Thor, when he gets to Earth, he's being like thrown. Okay, they're being like set down gently. He's like, "Get your once upon Asgard."
Yeah, I also was wondering why Earth. Like, why did he choose Earth? Like, was it to tempt his pride? Because Earth is like a place where they worship the gods and whatnot.
I think that it was, well, I don't know much about the other realms, but perhaps the citizens of those realms are,
losers.
magical. No, thinking the opposite. Thinking that we're the losers. That we're the mortals here on Earth. So put him somewhere where everyone else is powerless, just like
Jokes
you.
on him.
Surprise. They got superpowers here. But
and stones.
Yeah, and stones. Yeah, we got crystal meth. All the stones you could ever want. And they're in New Mexico. Anyway, so yes, they get down there, right? Hammer's down there. What is this man in the credits? They literally call him Townie, and I'm like, for some reason that feels racist. I don't know why. Maybe not racist towards black people, but just racist to somebody. You Townie. Yeah, but anyway, so Townie is driving out in the middle of nowhere and just like, let me go investigate this. Let me go call all my friends so that we can start barbecuing. Like, what?
It was a kind of activity.
However, they're in
a small town. Like, they had nowhere else to be. Like, it's a town of like 50 people. Like,
right. Of course,
they
you're
had
right.
to try to fit in.
You're right, because when they did like a zoom out of like, I'm guessing this was their downtown. I'm just like, dude, there's nothing else around here.
Like, if Tommy invites you to the barbecue, you have to show up. Otherwise, you're gonna be exiled.
More like bored, maybe. Not like you going to the mall. They don't got malls. They got
that one little store everybody go to.
See, that's not the mall. That's this little store that everybody go to. And then honorable words.
Yeah.
Honorable mention to Stan. He broke the back on that truck.
Not worthy.
Hammer. He is not. Speaking of that, what is worthy?
I literally wrote that down in the notes that I didn't bring.
Where are they, Rizzy?
Where are they? But I was like, what is worthy? And then, do you think you would be worthy?
Like, do we? Now, see, I want to kind of break it down because let's look at Thor.
Character growth.
Like, he was gifted this. Like, they don't explain why he was gifted this.
Well, originally, I think the hammer isn't like this all magical thing.
Right,
it's like an artifact that they picked up. No, that they created from the star. So it was just like a weapon originally, and then it became this magical being once Odin put a spell on it.
See, I think that it already had the magic before Odin put the spell on it. He just took Thor's power away from him, and I think like just kind of held it in Mjolnir for the time being. But like, yeah, I would say that because when he woke back up, that's when the hammer came to him and like he got all his power at the end of the big fight scene. And spoiler, thinking about the other people who have gotten Mjolnir, and like how they get imbued with that power once they have the hammer.
See, this is so hard to talk about without like
spoiling it too much. Yeah.
Let's just stop there.
Let's just stop there.
Yeah. What makes someone worthy?
But that's where my confusion gets in, because like I want to think about them and like think about their like character breakdown and compare and contrast, and just like
we can do that when we get there. We're not there yet, honey bun.
So based off of my current knowledge that we have of what we've seen so far, to be worthy, honestly, like I'm trying to think, like it don't mean that you're not murdering people, because he got bodies, okay, like he definitely had the interaction with the humans, I could tell.
Inappropriate interactions. Yeah, no, it's not Christian.
Like, I don't know.
I feel like it's... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I feel like how we were talking about his pride in the beginning, I feel like part of it is being less concerned with yourself, or like less concerned with making someone else proud and more concerned with just doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Like putting your own judgment aside and like doing what's best for the whole, and like comes with like wisdom and like knowledge. And
or I think maybe like it's just accepting and knowing that you don't know everything. Like you have space and room to grow. You aren't just like perfect. You aren't doing things wrong. Like, yeah, you are doing things wrong. And yes, you do have things to learn, but that's okay. You just know that you maintain that hope and maintain that confidence in yourself in knowing that you have room to grow.
Yeah. I will say, I feel like Thor's character development is one of like the most consistent that we see, because like with, granted, he did think he was dying, but with Tony, you see like his wave so much during the whole movie, whereas Thor's is like, yeah, he's like this pride immature person, and then he like grows and that's it. And then in the other movies, his downfalls are like stuff that happened to him, but like his character is still the same. Like he's still worthy.
Fatherless behavior.
Yeah. Mindless behavior.
Right. But no, like seriously though, I think that is a good example and difference of like showing having a strong kind of father figure in your life, and like not like versus like not having that, and like also having the ability to just like be an irresponsible little boy. Like he just never had to lock in until he had to start locking in, and now he got all these mental health problems to deal with. Like, oh, he could have locked in a little earlier. Like we're like no father figures. Oh, I guess we did have Jebediah, and
yeah,
we see how that worked out. Anyway, did you have anything else to say about?
Do you think Thor's you'd be Lord worthy?
Do I think I would be worthy? I feel like to say that I would be worthy would make me not worthy. Like I feel like that would be contradictory to itself. But I feel like I could be worthy. I would do right by other people. I would accept that I need things to learn. Like I feel like I would be worthy. What about you?
I feel like I would be like Spider-Man. Like I feel like I don't have enough real life experience to be worthy. Like there's not enough like hardships in me.
That's a really good point
to make me worthy. Yeah.
Yeah, because like how would you know unless you really live that?
Yeah.
I feel like to be worthy you have to like put in the work. Did you put the footwork in?
Maybe Spider-Man should go back and try the hammer again.
Maybe.
Yeah, because when he first did it, brother flew.
Brother flew. Goodness gracious.
We're also like going back on red. We're gonna be wearing red for the rest of the month,
dude.
Like we're watching Spider-Man next. And then I think it's the X-Men movie, and then it's Captain America.
Okay, for X-Men we could wear yellow.
It depends on which one it is. I don't remember.
I thought they were always yellow.
Right.
I forgot. Oh well.
I'm gonna be sick of red by the end of the season.
Goodness gracious! Like I don't have any more red clothes, guys.
I literally don't.
I'm scraping the back of my closet. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I want to talk about Selvig. That's the man. So we got Darcy, Jane, Selvig,
the scientist.
Old man, yes.
Okay.
His last name is Selvig, and that's what they be calling
What's his
him.
first name?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. No, I didn't write it down. Yeah, I don't know. But so I instantly knew, like before even recalling, that Selvig was gonna have some kind of relationship with like the knowledge of Thor, because his last name, Selvig, that last name.
That Norwegian?
More like North Germanic.
German?
It's not necessarily in Germany, but like in like that kind of area over there. That's how they describe it. Okay. Because I looked up like, oh, where is like who practices Norse mythology?
Norway.
Not just Norway. It's like the northern Germanic area. There's like Ireland included in there. Just like a whole bunch of little places. But anyway, yes, looked at this name. I looked him up. I was like, does he have German roots? And they were like, yeah, like they said he's Scottish in the comics, but excuse me, but like is from Germany in the movies. And he was like, yeah, I know about these stories. Mm-hmm. Like I used to be told these stories when I was a kid. And then when he is talking to Thor about his relationship with Jane and his father and her father, not his father, but
surprise,
it makes me wonder, like, why don't we get any kind of leading information about him? Like no lore. We get no Selvig lore. And I think that it like would kind of be important considering that
he continues to play a big role.
Exactly. Like not in like after Avengers, like does he continue to work on in S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I don't think he's important after the whole Age of Ultron stuff.
Oh, he's in Age of Ultron?
I don't know if he's in it, but I think like that climax, like where that it's going and what that leads to and they find out. I don't think he's important after that. Because then it transitions to like space the stones and stuff. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, considering that he has that importance and like in his part in the in-scene credit, Loki obviously is like has
alive.
Loki is alive, yes, and then he also is having some kind of mental influence on Dr. Selvig here.
Manipulation.
Yes. And like a little bit of a spoiler, that kind of makes me curious about this whole situation because in Avengers, actually, I'm not even going to get into it because I'll wait until we see it in Avengers because you probably won't even remember.
Like, I don't even know where you're going down this road.
But let's just say we're going to put a pin in it, okay? Remember Dr. Selvig. Remember that him and Loki have some kind of relationship, and we're going to be talking about this in Avengers. That's like our last episode of this season, right? My goodness.
Also, a little thing that we do. If you were shocked that Loki's not dead, if there's not a body, they're not dead.
Yeah.
That is like the number one rule of Marvel movies. If you don't see like a dead body,
they ain't dead.
They still alive. You just gotta wait for it.
Period.
You swallowed right into that, Mike. ASMR.
We love an ASMR moment, don't we?
ASMR podcast. Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back to the ASMR podcast. Funny. Okay, so continuing on, I am curious about his.
Who is he?
Thor.
Gotcha.
When he's here, in the town, because we're talking about our time spent in the town. His powers that get stripped from him, right? Like he loses his super strength. He loses his like tolerance to pain and like human substances because he goes down with the taser. He goes down with the sedatives,
but he can still drink.
Exactly.
Which is interesting. Is that what you're getting to?
Yeah, and like he can still drink, and also like his combat skills. He's still like super strong.
Maybe that's like natural.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, okay, so maybe perhaps his drinking abilities and like his combat skills and his strength is not something that like is given to him as powers, but like something that he has trained for, something that he has genetic, and also has gained through like experience and practice. And then that also makes me curious about the Asgardian citizens. Like, are all Asgardians like, do they have some kind of powers or extra strength?
I think they can all like probably hold their drink, but Thor is also like ripped, so he's obviously like hitting the gym. He's a warrior,
right?
So he's off working out and like working towards the strength. I think all the average citizens are just like everyday Joes. I feel like their alcohol is different. I think that's what it is. I think the alcohol is just different. Like, or ours might be like a lower tolerance. Like, if we were to drink like one of their drinks, gone. Yeah.
That's what I was wondering too. Because I'm just like, are they just mortals? Like, is there any differentiation between them and like regular human citizens? Because
also, like, the term mortal is so interesting in this movie, because like mortal means like this other person who's non-mortal, they can't die. But like Asgardians can die. Like, Odin dies. So I don't understand, like, when Homegirl...
Not in this movie.
No, he doesn't die in this movie. Oh. Well, he was in a coma. Like, it's coming. Not that big a spoiler. But, like, when Homegirl was like, yeah, he still misses the mortal. I'm like, you're all gonna die. Like, you don't live forever.
But I think that the difference is that they can live for a really long time.
But, like, you're not mortal, though. Like, immortal.
They're not immortal, but I feel like immortal is not necessarily the opposite of mortal? Question mark.
I feel like that's
the why
exact definition.
Perhaps. So
I just found it some interesting word to use in that situation.
Yes. So maybe it's more so about like, maybe they see like as like being able to drink for how that much and like the length of their lifespan. So they're somewhere in between mortal and immortal.
Yeah, they see themselves as the gods, as the gods that humans lift them up to. Because she could have easily said the human, or like the
Earthling, yeah.
Yeah.
Earthlink. Literally, though. Crazy. Let's see. Talking about Jane here for a second. Like, I feel like it was so random AF, but I guess important for the love interest for them to talk about her ex. Like, oh, these are my ex clothes. Like, his name tag is still on this shirt. Like, are you giving him a dirty shirt? Did you ever wash it?
I feel that's true. How did that sticker stay on?
Like, it wasn't ruined or nothing.
I feel like it probably just tied into like the flirtation between the two. Like, her definitely when she was around Thor, she was more like giddy and like like, I have a crush on him type.
Literally. And I'm just like, girl, are you okay? This man literally just like fell out of the sky and you are
talking nonsense. He's mad, but he's also
Chris
has his shirt off in her apartment.
Right. Like, oh my goodness, I just can't even. She's like staring at him like dang, girl, chill. Man, I mean, I guess she's not seeing no hotties.
Yeah, she's stuck with her father's best friend and some intern. Like,
in a town full of old people.
Exactly.
Nobody is ripped come see her.
I will say, so far, she's not an annoying female character, which is interesting. Also, I don't know,
like Darcy, like how dope Darcy
love
is
her
throughout, like all of the
yeah, this is why I questioned who the director was, because I feel like the bar scene where we were talking about like the difference between like Thor being able to drink and whatever his name,
Selfic,
being able to drink, it gave very much bro. Like, the movie still gave directed by a male director, but it wasn't giving like what Iron Man was giving.
And see, that's why I think that perhaps it's because of Iron Man's view on women, like Tony Stark's relationships that he has with women. So we should, like, yes, Pepper is annoying in general, Miss Virginia. Okay, I think that perhaps that's just like how her character is written, but we should pay attention to the other women in Iron Man 3 because this is going to be another Iron Man movie directed by a man, but like Iron Man's life and like situation has changed dramatically. There's still a lot of arrogance that he's dealing with, like
that's
the whole
after
situation,
Avengers.
but like, yeah, I think that would be interesting.
After there was a hole in the sky.
Spoiler. But yes, this lady is crazy, swooning for this man.
Right.
Like, don't understand why she's so down bad. Well, the townies.
You do understand.
Right. Yes, right.
He's hot.
Oh, right. And then we were just talking about she's not annoying.
She's cool. Like, she's a scientist though. So like, it would be more annoying if they made her character all like prissy and like
like she don't got time for that. She's trying to get to the facts.
Like, yeah, she's a scientist. She's very educated. Like, it comes with the title and the territory for her to be like this certain type of person.
But then also think about what's baby girl's name from
the reporter.
No,
I was gonna say that mess was annoying.
Betty.
Who was Betty?
Betty from Hulk. Do you remember Betty?
She was annoying.
That's what I'm saying.
But also, that's like different. Like, that's not like the MCU when it came out, technically. Yeah. They just now put it into the storyline. I would like to apologize to any British people that might be watching our podcast for my horrible accent. It's just fun today.
Friendly.
But if you are watching from Britain, comment down in the comments below. I'm from Britain. Your accent sucks.
Please let us know.
Give me any tips to make my accent better. Your cup is halfway fitting.
It is.
Oh, today's episode.
I
always wondered though, about like Loki's thorns, but watching this movie, I saw like the guards like headgear and Odin's headgear, and it's like
very on brand for Asgard.
Yeah, definitely derived from that. I am curious though, like where the green came from, because Odin and Thor match pretty similar when they come to their color scheme.
And like, see, this goes into the situation about baby girl.
Yeah,
she is black and green.
Yeah,
so it's like,
did he have an affair? Oh,
maybe he had an affair with the ghost, the frost giant people.
Where are the women?
That's what I was wondering. But then also, like, if he's a frost giant, like, why did he take on this appearance? Like,
so yeah, they said he's the runt of the family, so he's small.
Yes,
because that's like, how he was born. For a frost giant. And like, when I feel like it has something to do with like Asgard and Odin's powers. Like, when he was a baby, that's when he
used the frost power thing. He also turned blue when he used.
Yeah, so I feel like it has connections, like where he is and everything.
But you don't see many brunette people. Oh, I guess Sif, she's brunette.
Well, I mean, that's just their family.
Well, I was thinking about like just looking at the people that was around.
I mean, Helmdime is black. Is that not his name? How do you say his name?
Heimdall. I think. Heimdall.
Heimdall.
Not Dale.
Yeah.
I guess.
We're all wrong.
No, for real. It's something crazy. Something else. No. But what else?
They just picked a entirely white cat. No, because like when you see the Asgardians, like the citizens.
Yeah, I wanted to talk some more about them. Like,
we don't see them that much in this movie, though.
We don't see them that much, but they seem very diverse. Like, we had an Asian warrior.
Period.
This black man.
Well, this is also like not just like with America, like not just a different country. Like, this is a different planet, a different galaxy type.
Like, why do they look like people?
Oh, I was gonna say, so like their idea of like diversity and stuff is completely different.
Right. Like did they develop from people? Are they just like better people?
I think like with evolution, everything, and how there's only
they just have real strong alcohol, so it has to go to a different
like how like evolution creates and how there's only certain planets you can inhabit and like evolve everything. I feel like going out of movie world land, like there's only so many different variations that there can be. It's like in this huge universe, like there's no way you're the only person that looks like this type of person, you know? Because Asgard isn't the only place where they look like humans.
Or human-esque, maybe with a different color.
Yeah.
Because like I would say, in Guardians of the Galaxy, we don't see many people-looking people. Like they may look like people, but then they get like they're different colors.
No, the one planet where Rocket and Groot and Gamora and Star-Lord, they try to steal something. The court and stuff, they all look like humans. Like their government, they look like regular people.
Oh, that's true. But then also on their planet, they were like pink-looking people.
I mean, yeah, they have both. But, like they still have.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my theory was proven wrong.
And that's where we see Howard again.
That is not in that movie, not in that planet.
No,
yeah, on that movie. Okay, talking about Coulson.
Back to the point of this podcast.
Correct. This movie that we're watching. Homeboy come up in there taking all of her things. They ain't got no.
Is that
papers.
legal? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like they ain't got no warrant. Like they don't got nothing. And you just gonna believe them?
And they're like a secret part of the government. So it's not even like the FBI or anything where you know who they are.
Like you just.
So we could just walk to somebody's labs and be like, official government business, we need to compensate all of this.
And like Dr. Selvig, he kind of like he heard S.H.I.E.L.D. and he was like, ooh.
Hinting at some scientists messing with gamma radiation.
And this also makes me confused about Selvig's backstory because how you know Bruce?
Probably went to school together or something.
And now I want to know who Jane Daddy is. Like,
do they ever tell us that information?
No. It's never talked about. Like, they don't talk about where he is. Like, is he a deadbeat? Did he die? Like,
I'm pretty sure he died.
Pretty sure he dead. Disney love a dead parent. But
somebody gotta die.
Somebody.
Also, this wasn't Disney at the time, though. This was Paramount.
Right. I was just thinking that I was like, was this even Disney yet? Sad. That is Disney now. I feel like their movies were more creative when they weren't Disney.
I mean, I feel like there could be a lot of factors that play into that. So a lot of things have changed.
Yeah. But yeah, he's talking about thank you for your cooperation. Yeah, and I'm just like,
he does come off like more hard in this movie, probably because he doesn't have anyone to answer. Like he's the top dog here. Everyone answers him, but I feel like in like Iron Man and stuff like that, you see like a little bit of a softer side of him because like he's doing what Nick wants him to. Like he doesn't call the shots.
Well, I feel like it's more so like I am strong and confident in calling the shots for my team. Like he's always answering to Nick. Like he's out there for Nick. He called him and was like, hey, yeah, we found it.
We found it.
So I feel like that may just be how he is. What? Gotta love him. Gosh. Anyway, though, where is their security? Why didn't they build and have no security? Didn't have no security, no
Shield?
Camera. No, not Shield. Jane and her people. They got all that important stuff in there.
It's 3 of them. What security can she afford? She lives in an RV.
I'm talking about locked doors.
Oh.
Yes. I'm not talking about bodyguard out there. Like,
she lives in a small town. What one of those old folks gonna walk into her science lab
to have some more paranoia, because obviously not being prepared got her messed up. I mean, they're probably just gonna break down. She probably knows
now. Also, did she ever decide to work with Shield after that?
I don't think so. I think only Dr. Selvig did, but because
which
he was being controlled by Loki.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's a very interesting character switch, but he was being controlled, so never mind. Mm-hmm. Darcy decided to work with them though. Eventually, well, not Shield. Spoiler.
Yes, like maybe perhaps she was called in because of her work with the Thor situation. Mm-hmm. But also, I'm confused about her like getting into like more sciencey stuff. She changed her major, yeah. No, literally, because she was in political science. She was the only applicant. Like, why would she apply for this internship? Need the credits, honestly. I understand.
She probably, knowing her character, she probably waited last minute. Mm-hmm. This is the only thing available.
Literally. Now we're getting to the end here. Before he like got all his full Mojo Dojo back, mm-hmm. Why did he think that it was just gonna be that easy? Like, that's another part of his arrogance,
pride.
He thought he was just about to walk up in there like, this my hammer, like,
yeah. Also, like the screaming in this movie, so bad.
You don't like the screaming in any
because Marvel movie. Doesn't seem natural. Like, it seems like it's like, okay, camera's rolling, ready, 1, 2, 3. Like, it's not giving natural. Like, I'm feeling the emotions, I'm feeling the need to scream right now. It's giving forced.
You know how many times they probably have to reshoot this?
I know, and it sucks.
But you should have did better.
Yeah, like these are
like you're getting paid to.
These are huge actors, like.
But like also at the time, what other Chris Hemsworth movies are out? Please inform me.
Handy dandy cool. When did this movie come out?
I should probably write down the year.
You should know these things.
I mean, I know who directed it, who the main actors are. That's all I got for you, baby.
I think this Thor might have been like his big breakout role, though.
That's what I'm thinking.
He did Cabin in the Woods. Starstruck is on here. Perfect Getaway. Don't even know what that is. Well, he has a movie from 2005. But yeah, no. This was definitely like his biggest role, yeah. So I guess.
I wanted to say one more other thing about Loki that I didn't get to mention. And it's that when he came down to come visit Thor, like that's where you can really start to see the manipulation start to settle in.
Loki is the definition of a gaslighter.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Period.
Like, he is like, yeah, dad is dead.
Mom don't want you no more.
Like, as soon as Moms was like, there is still hope for Thor, he's like, girl, what hope for Thor?
It's just me. You got one son now.
Me. And she's like, there's a reason for everything your father does. He probably want him back, girl.
I will say, in the Marvel movies, they put this preference on like daddy issues, and then like mother can do no wrong, which is a very interesting dynamic. Like, does anyone have mommy issues?
Mother can do no wrong, however, like, is still supporting bad dad.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
In the eyes of the children. Mommy issues. Yeah. In Hawkeye series. Mommy issues. So I feel like
her daddy did.
Yeah. Her mama still got issues though. Mama definitely doing wrong.
I feel like that's more like Yeah, no, it is. It's like, mommy issues. Like, dad would let me type. Yeah, no, you're right.
And like, I think that it's interesting because they're kind of giving them the problems of their own gender. Like, we don't really get on Steve's parents, but like, this male character has daddy issues. This female character has mommy issues.
I realize, this first phase is like the first 3 phases is man, until you get to Black Widow.
And it's like the girls.
No, until you get to Captain Marvel. I forgot about her.
Right. That movie.
She has no parents at all issues.
Well, we did get that one scene. Spoiler, I guess. There was that one scene in the flashback where she got thrown off the thing, and her dad's like, "See, I told you shouldn't be doing shit that's for boys. You need to stay doing girly things, girl. You girl." Dude. But no, I'm wondering, like, what happened to make Loki such a bad brother? And I'm guessing we kind of answered that. Exactly. All the competition that happened between
competition and comparison. This is my other older brother. He can do no wrong. Also, like, Loki's just the definition of a younger sibling. Like, the older sibling is put on this pedal. Like, they're literally the definition of like older and younger sibling. Older sibling has so much pressure. Like, I have to do exactly right. Like, I have to prove my parents right, and I have to be like
perfect image. And then like younger siblings, like, oh, like they treat him like he's this perfect angel, yada yada, and like I do everything wrong. I have to be like the young rebellious child, etc.
And then with him having that little mischief bone in his body, you can't help it. So let me hear your rating. Okay, what do you have any closing thoughts about Thor? Did you watch the Thor's Hammer short? No. I don't got Disney Plus.
Yes, yeah. I feel like now, with the situation, it's pointless. It's just like the journey to. Yeah. I've seen it before. It's
right, like they were shooting in the gas station. Yeah, I watched all of the shorts.
It's fine. I will say that brown bald guy with the glasses.
Oh,
keep an eye on him.
Dr. Sitwell, that is his name. I mean, Agent Sitwell.
Keep him in your noggin.
He will be important later.
Yeah. I wish I had my notes. I wrote stuff down. Some stuff came up when you were bringing stuff up, but I don't really remember anything else. I like the pace of this movie a lot better than Iron Man movies. I feel like in comparison, they were so long.
Like they went over weeks at a time.
Especially like for the first MCU movie. Like they came out with a 2-hour movie. That's crazy.
They had to set the tone. They said, hey, we're here to stay. You gonna listen to these stories.
And they did.
And you gonna sit through the credits and watch for something else.
Oh, I remember. I miss like when they used to be like, blah, will return in.
Because they did that for this one.
Yeah, I feel like they haven't done that recently. Because I feel like with Deadpool, like if you're introducing this character to the MCU,
like what's gonna happen?
Like, I don't think they did that with the Marvels either. I think that's the last movie before Deadpool that came out. So I don't know if they're trying to like hide more stuff now.
Maybe I was thinking that too.
But like we already know their projects. They give us their projects at their freaking conventions.
But like we also don't know how it's all gonna shake down, like how it'll be different from the comics. And I think that also they kind of like we gonna give a pause on trying to give people a lead in the MCU because like you see what happened with Jonathan Majors, like the kind of like political stuff that happened with Marvel. They're just like,
they need to do better background checks.
I mean, like he got with them and then he started hitting on that lady.
But they were together before, allegedly.
Oh, alleged beatings.
Yeah, because there was people saying that it was the opposite way around and that she was lying. So someone is hitting someone. We just don't know. We just don't know who it is.
Right. For sure. Goodness gracious. Anyway, closing thoughts about Thor.
Right. Time to go mine. I feel like in my brain when I think about Thor, I think about him currently and how much I like his character now. Like when I was first watching, I was like, Thor is like really immature and annoying. Like Pride Thor, it's really annoying. But like his character evolution, I who he is afterwards, yeah, I'm like, I like that Thor. I would say I give out of 6. Jesus, I do this every time. I would say like you don't have to put this in there, but like a 4.7.
You did this to me last time.
I did.
Yeah, you're like 2.75. No, it's okay though.
Yeah, like a 4.7.
Why
4.5. 4.7.
It's okay. We have the camera audio.
Yeah, that's why I plugged in quickly.
Yeah, it's cool.
4.7 Infinity Stones. My mic is telling me to shut up, so.
But no, I want you to keep talking. F what the mic got to say. Why not a full 5?
Because it's a good movie.
But Thor's annoying.
No, I just think it's not at its peak. Like, there was moments with the acting where I'm like, that is extremely cringy. Shut up. Like, all the yelling and like, like it wasn't. You can tell, yeah, like you can tell it's the first movie. Like, it wasn't at its peak, you know? It still has room to grow.
I know that you could be perfect.
Yeah.
So, because you disappointed me in my potential, in your potential, docked you 0.25. But I would give her a 5. I'll go ahead and give her the solid 5.
Better than Iron Man. That's what you just said.
Yes, okay. Like, jeez. I definitely would say that I like Iron Man's character the more that he progresses. Like, I think that the Iron Man movies are cool and like they got the flashiness, they got the rock music or whatever. But like you said, I enjoy the pace of this movie. It was kind of like a quick and simple situation. Like you said, Iron Man movies are long, and that kind of docks it. She's like, dang, like, oh, this is still the Iron Man movie. Dang, we done fought 2 different villains. That's crazy. Like, they need to have 2 different bad guys in the freaking situation.
Look, at the time, there's still an hour left.
It's like, whoa,
what else could happen in this movie?
But I do want to say that, like, they do paint out 2 different bad guys in Thor, because we got like, oh no, it's the Frost Giants, and it's like, surprises. But no, I mean, like, they kind of had Loki. I mean, like,
it's more like a villain origin story.
Yeah, because like
Loki.
the what's that called? The Frost Giants. They had this, like, you know, anger towards the situation, towards our protagonist, but that was more so just like past things, past situations.
Yeah. Does he know his child was taken? Like, does he know that's his kid, or does he just not care?
Maybe all of them is like his kid, something similar situation. Yeah, because it's just like when he looked at him, he didn't look at him like.
He did say he was abandoned because he was the run.
So right. He said he was left there to die. So he was like, this old blood, I'm gonna toss him out. He not gonna be big and strong like me, like my other kids. So yeah, that's messed up. Messed up for Loki. Anyway, though, Thor was a cute little movie. I like how she got wrapped up. I like the potential that we're left with. I think that I like this movie so much because of like its kickstart into the whole, like, this is kind of the last domino before everything boils over. Like, yes, we still need to watch Captain America, but Captain America takes us back in time. Like, thinking about the chronological order, bing, last domino. This gets put into place. And I want to kind of like jump into the future here.
We forgot to talk about Hawkeye.
Oh, right.
This is our first introduction to Clint.
Yeah. I was thinking about writing that down, but then for some reason I didn't. I don't know why.
That's that guy. Who cares about him?
I don't know why.
He doesn't have perfect
aim,
and
I was just like,
every time he fights them, they don't lose.
Clint was here. Yippee! Sorry, Clint.
I forgot his name for a second. When he was calling him Bart, I was like, Bart?
Who is
That's
Bart?
his name?
Clinton Bart.
Clint Bart. Clint is his first name.
Clinton, I thought it was his first
It's
name.
not black.
Well,
It's a white man.
goodness. Anyway, yes, I want to jump into the future just a little bit and like think. And I'm just wondering because Thanos gets like he's the one who kind of pushes Loki to do this whole attack on New York and like gives him the army and everything like that. So I wonder if he found him when he went to the wormhole. But maybe I should cut this out and put this in Avengers because I think Avengers Ending credit is where we see him talking to Loki.
I don't know. I don't remember.
We'll find out.
Also, yeah, his editing in that movie.
Trash.
Crazy.
He looks so ugly. That's silly. But we'll see that in the next one. So,
Closing out.
Shutting it down. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed us giving our commentary on the Thor movie. Okay. She was cute. We liked her. Let us know what you would rate her down in the comments below. Let us know how you felt about Jane. Let us know how you felt about Loki's manipulation tactics. Are there any that you would use? If there are, which ones?
That's crazy. Keep going.
No, dude, you're silly. Leave us a like, leave us a comment. Okay, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have the notification bell on so you know when we're dropping.
We do, however, post every other Tuesday.
So you should
at
already know that by now.
Central Time.
Get it together. And also, we're on Spotify, so make sure you
Please go over there and listen.
and
And rate the podcast.
Bro, please.
Also, we have 10 followers on YouTube now.
Snaps.
Double digits.
Look at us. Thank you, all of you 10 subscribers. Okay, you are very near and dear to us. We appreciate you. Building our little community here.
Yeah, we would love some interaction with you guys.
Yeah.
Please comment and share with your friends. We beg you.
Laugh with them, laugh with us. Like, let's kiki it up.
And if you get bored during our podcast, comment down below how we can be more entertaining.
Okay? Thank you.
We just want to grow and get better every single day.
We want to get better for you guys. Okay? So thank you. Our socials are down below. Make sure you check those out. Make sure you give them a follow. Our outfit checks will be
TikTok.
Tiki-taki. Clocking out. When the podcast.
Yeah.
See you later. Deuces.